extremely wary. That was a considerably powerful enemy. From the way you were talking, it seemed like you had an idea of...
I think someone in...
There were reports of a large riot, but
It was a small affair, really. Velvet instigated the other prisoners to riot so that we could escape.
She used the prisoners?
Yeah. You'd expect different from me?
How did...
We didn't stay to see, but the prisoners were losing badly. At least, that's what it looked like. But if...
I know...
Well...
By this... Well...
All we have...
We will need to be extremely wary. I can heal the wound. How could I do? Disgraceful. I can heal the wounds, but I can't heal the pain. Fall back and regroup.
Take a look.
This recipe...
Scout ship settings.
What was it called? Venomization.
Eisen.
The Headless Knight!
He must be the product of the venomization.
Well, he definitely looks vicious enough.
Not as vicious as our Velvet, though.
Where's his voice? Where's he even coming from?
Oh no. Look inside.
Well, that takes care of that.
Yeah.
I feel something again.
More malevolence?
No, another Earth.
I sense it too. It's very close.
Directly underneath us.
What is this place?
Welcome to the most secure cell in the entire complex. The darkest hole in Titania.
Yeah, I think this is the Earth Pulse Point. If this cell is where the Earth Pulse Point is, then does...
Yeah. Every day, they would toss demons into its cell. It would devour its fill, then wipe the blood from its lips. Never once realizing it was delivering to Inominat the malevolence of hundreds of demons and prisoners. And then one day, there appeared before it a female Moloch, who shattered the barrier and freed the Therian from its cage. But the Therian knew no mercy. and it devoured its liberator. It was then I obtained the power to avenge my brother.
Velvet.
This prison island was a feeding ground for the Therian, harnessing the malevolence created by the prisoners within.
But because Velvet escaped, the malevolence went out of control.
Wow, the same darn thing that happened back in Kamawa.
Lord Artorias would never have done such a thing. No. What's so unbelievable? That he used his wife's brother as a human sacrifice? Because that's what your damned holy shepherd did! I'm sure he had a reason for... A reason? To spare the world of its pain. Don't give me that! Who will spare my brother's pain? Who will soothe my... He murdered my little brother, Laffy! Then you'll stand there and tell me it was for the greater good? At any rate, that's one less Therian for us to track down.
Velvet.
Help! Eleanor! Kamoana?
What? Did Velvet yell at you so hard
I have a feeling something's wrong. But I still can't shake this feeling. Please, let's go back.
Velvet is a
But it's what she cried out, Laffy said. Is Velvet truly Lord Artorias' younger sister?
She never...
If it were true... I suppose it would explain her knowledge of Lord Artorias' training.
If you're so curious. Hey, Velvet, what's your connection to Artoria?
Rokuro! I heard you whispering. Artorias was married to my late sister, Celica. He was our brother-in-law. We lived together for more than 10 years.
That does explain a few things.
So he sacrificed his little brother and turned his sister into a Therian.
But you were his family. To his view of the grand scheme, the needs of the many outweigh... Well, enough.
Woo! It's a biggie! I can hear it!
I'll cut down anyone in my way!
turns out that Velvet is a Therian who consumes malevolence.
And too much malevolence is what changes. Strong enough malevolence can persist after the person who created. That's how undead and phantom demons come about.
Then the demons Velvet killed turned back into humans because she devoured their malevolence.
Yeah, and consequently,
So she saved them.
you really came back for me.
A promise is a promise, sweetheart.
A headless knight.
It's giving off a
This must be...
Oh! The dying exorcist lady wasn't saying Headless Knight is back. She...
Whatever the case.
Now I can't help but wonder how the horse is named.
Get close and look if you're that curious.
Jade Way!
Now, rise, arise, ascending angels! Lightning, bring down!
No escape! No escape! Ready to die? Think you can dodge? Just try! Perfect mayhem!
Liberate us!
It's up! No escape! No escape! That's good! No!
I can heal the wounds, but I can't heal the pain!
That's venomization, all right. Definitely stronger than that headless lump of armor.
I beg your pardon?
No.
The demon from the villa?
No, look! It's absorbing the malevolence. It's a Therian.
Actually, that hawk is Griffin, my one and only friend.
A damned Therian. So that's what Tabitha meant when she said we'd find out shortly. But Your Highness, why do you have a Therian?
It's like I said, Griffin has been my dear friend ever since I was a child. Even if he's a Therian now, that hasn't changed.
So you knew you were helping a Therian escape. What are you plotting?
I have no plots or schemes. I just want Griffin to be free.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised. The Crown Prince and future king, he's gonna do whatever he likes.
I suppose I am at that. When you're... Say, for instance, you're doing your law studies and your back's...
I mean, I'd scratch it.
When I did that, my tutor gave me a whipping so hard. The reason being that I prioritized a personal feeling. Seeing Griffin lay claim to the skies let me imagine my own freedom. It was my lone son, but then he turned out to be responsive to Innominat's power.
I take it the Midgand royal family is well aware that the Abbey is creating Therians.
Of course. How could we not? The kingdom offers unequivocal support to Shepherd Artorius' vision of reason and will. Even so, if there was one thing I could never permit, never. I tricked the Exorcist on guard and disabled the barrier. But then Griffin attacked the Exorcist.
That's why you said you could...
They can overlook a single dead Exorcist, but with a Therian removed, malevolence will engulf...
I knew full... I couldn't watch my friend's life be stripped.
Your Highness.
He chose a single... Why do you think that birds fly?
That's what Lord Artorius asked me. My anatomy book says birds can fly because their bones are light and their wing muscles are enormous.
Birds fly because a bird that cannot fly.
I understand now. As long as you remain on this island, you may do as you please. But if you try to escape, I'll kill you.
That should work. This way we'll have him on hand if we ever need a hostage.
Understood. I appreciate you letting Griffin in.
Well, now that that's taken care of,